Howdy, welcome to MyG Online Tips and Tutorials, hosted by me, Zach Herbst, founder of MyG Online. Let's get going. MyG Online allows you to customize your 2D with your program's verbiage, with your positions, and the order that you want it in. So default, we have offense, defense, and this is in the order of our depth chart. So if you think about the offensive depth chart, we have our X receiver on the far left, top left, and then we move through our offensive line all the way to running back. And same thing with defense, we have our corners and our safeties and our linebackers. The way I change this order and change the verbiage is when I go edit my depth chart. So let's go change the offensive depth chart. Go to Varsity. I go to edit depth chart. On the right side of the edit the depth chart page, you'll see a 2 deep label. When I change this, let's change this to my speed receiver. And I want my receivers to be next to each other. So I mass update all my offensive depth charts. So not only is it going to change my depth charts, now my receivers are next to each other. Now when I go back to my 2 deep, you're going to see that my 2 deep name has changed. When you scroll down to the bottom, you're going to notice there's some special teams missing. So let's say I like putting my deep snappers on my depth chart, on my 2 deep, excuse me. So when I go back to my depth charts, I'm going to go to field goal just because it's easy. I'm going to edit my field goal depth chart, and notice how these have blanks. Well, when you add names on special teams depth charts, it will appear on the bottom. So I'm going to say holder, and then I'm going to have my deep snapper, short snapper. If I can only spell. I click mass update, save. Now I'm going to go back and look at my Varsity 2 deep, and you're going to notice that my 2 deep is automatically updated. There's my holder, there's my short snapper, my field goal kicker, and then you can add your deep snapper, you can add your specialist kicker, add anything. By the magic of television, I'm going to add some onto this. One thing I left off is returners. So punt returners, kickoff returners. So I'm going to go to my Varsity depth charts, and I'm going to go add my returner. So I have kickoff return. I have R1 and R2. So when I edit my depth chart, go down to R1. If I have a right returner, right R, and I have a left R, whatever you would like to call them, the dude on your team, just put the dude on your team. Everyone knows you just put the best player you have back there who can run the ball. So I go to my 2 deep. I scroll down. Now I have my left returner, my right returner. Now, this looks out of order, but when you add them all in, it's going to look nice and crisp, and it's going to have them in order. When you have updated one of your depth charts and you're 2 deep, it happens to all of them. So if I go to my freshman 2 deep, there's all my information. Now, you don't necessarily need a freshman 2 deep, but it's something that you have that you can use, that if you have announcers at your field or you go somewhere else, they want a roster, there's 2 deep, it's already done for you. So your program looks more professional.
Yay!
Hey coach, for more information, check out our YouTube channel or follow us on social media. Remember, here at MyG Online, we want to spend less time working and more time coaching.